All right, let's get to Michelle here because she's as confused as your friend's fiance. Everything was going great in her relationship. So much so that her boyfriend's like, let's take this next step. I need you to meet my family. And that's where things go sideways, but she doesn't know why. Hey, Michelle.
Hey, good morning.
Good morning. All right, so give us the history here, detail exactly what got you to the family, what happened at the family dinner or whatever, because something clearly it has changed.
Yeah. So I had been dating Raymond for it had only been about a month, and his dad was retiring, and they were having this big retirement party with the whole family, and he wanted me to go, and that just seemed like really soon. We'd only been together about a month, but he was like, "My family's gonna love you. You definitely should go." And so I went. Everyone was there. We're talking like grandparents, siblings, cousins, second cousins. I mean, people that I don't even quite understand how they were related. So many people. And we all got along great. His family is absolutely incredible. We had a great night. The party was going great, but it was kind of getting late. So I took an Uber home so that Raymond wouldn't have to leave his family's party. And I texted him when I got home, said I had a great time. Everyone's lovely. The next morning, I wake up to a text message from him breaking up with me, basically. And I haven't gotten any resolution. I don't know what happened, what went wrong, if I did something, if he did. I just don't. I have no idea what's happening.
So I'm sure once you got that text, you went through in your mind every single conversation with every single person you had at this retirement party.
Absolutely.
And
yeah.
you don't recall anything.
No, I mean, obviously I was incredibly nervous because this was so new still. And so I don't remember every single thing, but obviously I also steered clear of any of those conversations that you avoid when you're, like the first date no-nos, basically.
Yeah, you're not going around talking religion and politics to everybody at the retirement party.
Yeah, I don't know.
And there's been nothing since, just a breakup and you guys were going out for how long?
It had only been a month, but obviously it was going really well.
Yeah, so this kind of cloudies the debate that we normally have. Like, if you're dating somebody for a month, are you really owed an explanation if they ghost on you? But this, I think, is different because it's next level at this point. He invited you over to see family, so now we got to sort of accelerate this month debate thing.
Right. What if before the party? Was there anything maybe before the party that might have been a bit of a rocky beginning to something that maybe the party kind of solidified him wanting to leave?
The only thing I can think of is when he invited me to the party, I was the one who was hesitant and was like, we've only been together for a month. I feel like that's really soon to meet your family. So maybe he thought that I wasn't committed,
The only other thing, too, could he have been miffed that you left early and he expected you to stay the entire time?
Yeah, he definitely did not seem upset at all, but yes, he could have been. I don't know.
I mean, I totally understand. If he wants to hang with his family, the fact that you went and you were there and it got late and you were tired, I respect all of that. I'm not saying you were wrong for leaving early. I'm just wondering if in his mind he was like, I can't believe she bounced and she didn't stay.
Because maybe if you put those two things together, he felt the way. You seemed like you didn't really want to go, and then you get there and you leave early. Maybe for him, that's like, okay, do you really want to be a part of my life or not?
God, but these are just things that you could just talk about rather than making these assumptions and then cutting the relationship off. I mean, my guess here, this doesn't make sense. And normally when we do these closure calls, I'm like, what does it matter? You know what? He's telling you everything you need to hear here by not texting you back at all. But in a case like this where you've met the family and then he ghosts with no details at all, this would absolutely drive me crazy.
Yeah, I mean, that's exactly how I feel. I'm being driven crazy by this.
And that's why she called us, because she wants an answer, because she feels like she's going crazy because she can't figure it out.
Couldn't it have been just one feel by one family member that you really respect a lot? Like, Mo, if you brought somebody over to your grandmother's house and your grandmother, who you trust more than anybody else, has an instinct that this one, you don't want to be with this one, what happens at that point?
Yeah, she would be gone. I mean,
really?
Yeah.
Just like that?
With my grandmother? My grandmother, yeah. I trust my grandmother's perspective on things more than my own. I always have.
Really?
So if it's my grandmother, anyone else, I'd fight it. But if it's her, I would feel like, okay, I probably need to reconsider this.
Dude, grandma got some power.
Yeah.
She does. Yeah. No, she really does.
She should go out with you on the first date.
Yeah.
To say
about it.
Everybody time. All right, Michelle, hang with us for a couple of minutes here. And when we come back, this dude did write us back and told us exactly why he bailed on you. So if nothing else, while it might be confusing and kind of hurtful to hear, you will get closure today, okay?
Okay.
All right, we'll continue Bert Show's closure call, a couple of minutes. Bert Show. Heck yes, Michelle deserves answers here. Normally, if you're dating somebody for a month and he or she just bails and ghosts on you, we always kind of say, like, look, it's a month. Does he really owe you some kind of explanation on why it didn't work out? But although this has just been a month here, Kristen, she went to go meet his parents.
Well, she met the entire family because his dad's retirement party. Yes, they've only been dating a month, but he wanted her to come because it was the perfect opportunity for her to meet his parents, any siblings, aunts, uncles, grandparents, cousins, second cousins, third cousins, fourth cousins. Everybody was there.
All the cousins.
All of them.
So Michelle calls us up and is like, hey, can you get us some answers, which we did. Why did this guy bail on me? I thought everything was going great in the relationship. I thought when I met his family, things felt great. So what the heck happened? Because he just ghosted her. Well, he might be too much of a coward to text her directly, but he did answer us. So Michelle, we got answers for you.
Okay.
I always like to ask and just double check. You sure you want the answer?
I mean, I want closure, but
Okay.
yeah, I don't know.
Someday somebody's going to go, you know what, Kristen? Yes.
And then I'm
but
gonna
I
have to-
want you to do it off the air. And I'm gonna, what are you doing to us? What are you even doing to us?
And how are we going to fill the next 4 minutes? All right, here we go. Tommy did reach out to him, and he was kind enough to send an email and to explain his reasoning for cutting everything off. Okay. Hi, Tommy. I've sat on your email all day and debated whether I should be honest and even participate in your segment. I have no intention of trying to make anyone look bad. I also don't like hurting people's feelings, even if I did nothing wrong. However, I do care for Michelle and want her to one day be happy. However, I realized after she met my family that she wasn't the right person for me. It took my family. I almost had to burp. Sorry, that's why there was an awkward pause.
Okay.
Well, good for you for showing some restraint for the first time in 10 years.
You're welcome. It was awkward. And then I feel like I had to address it. Now it's even more awkward. I
Now
apologize.
it's almost disappointing where you don't do it and call it.
I know. I really wanted to, and I'm like, nope, I'm not doing that. All right. It took my family to point it out to me. I really did like Michelle, but hindsight is 20/20. I realize now that there was some red flags about her that I should have noticed sooner. She attended my father's retirement party. I was excited for my entire family to meet her, but even more excited for her to meet them. My family has always meant so much to me. Even my extended family has been a huge part of my life. I always knew any person I end up with will need to fit in and get along with them. However, after Michelle bailed early on my dad's retirement party, I was able to get the real opinions of my family members about her. Every single person said the same thing. Run. They were convinced after watching her and talking with her that she was an incredibly selfish and self-absorbed person. My cousin pointed out that she only seemed interested in telling them about herself. She never asked any questions about them, about our family, or about me. They found it rude to be so self-absorbed that you don't even ask about the family. My aunt said that she watched Michelle roll her eyes at 2 different points in a conversation with my mom. She also pointed out that when the food was finally set out, Michelle jumped up and jumped in line ahead of my grandparents.
Oh, no, you didn't. Mo.
So no.
No, you
We
don't.
told you. You don't do that.
Mess with everybody on the family tree, but not grandparents.
Yes, sir.
She was finished eating before most people had even gotten themselves a plate. It was also pointed out to me that as my father was saying the blessing before food was served, she was scrolling on her phone and didn't bother to bow her head or pay attention.
Oh, Michelle,
no,
Michelle,
no.
Michelle.
So basically, it boils down to my family pointing out how rude she is and me being embarrassed and disappointed that I brought someone to meet them that would act so rudely. I decided just to end things and not give her any more of my time or effort.
All right. So, Michelle, we just now gave you truth serum, is what he is saying. His experience and his family's experience, so those details match what you think happened.
I mean, I definitely don't remember being rude or inconsiderate. Obviously, I was nervous, so maybe I was not as over the top considerate as I maybe should have been in that situation, but I just feel like that's pretty harsh. I was doing my best and I was nervous, and I don't understand why they're being so mean about it.
Okay, I understand the nerves. You're meeting the entire family, so you get caught up and you end up talking about yourself more than asking questions because that's what you know yourself the best. So that's something easy for you to talk about. Did you, when they put the food out, did you get up first before the grandparents?
I mean, when they put the food out, I ate because I thought it was time to eat. I wasn't paying attention to what was happening around me, honestly.
Yeah, Mo's got that look. I'm not mad at you. I'm just disappointed. Look right now.
Yeah, that's a tough one. I mean, I get it. You were nervous, but that would be a big deal in my family too. I'm not even gonna lie to you. If I bring a lady in and she gets food in front of my grandma and kind of just talks about herself the whole time, it would be a thing.
Yeah, Michelle, we can save ourselves some time here because there's no recovering from this. This is what he and his family think, and even if your experience doesn't match up to theirs, this is never going to work. I mean, this is
Well, she didn't want
pure
it to
closure.
work. She just wanted closure.
So I think maybe, if you want to do some soul searching and maybe the next time you're in this situation, learn from it. But as far as this dude goes, that this is irreversible.
Yeah. Well, I mean, yeah, I guess it is what it is. That's
All right.
Lesson learned.
Lesson learned.
yeah.
Aren't you glad you hit us up? Isn't that cool? That we can give you closure from that?
Yeah,
Not so
I guess.
much.
I mean, that's not what I wanted to hear, but
Yeah.
okay, fine, sure.
All right, somebody else end this call because I'm always
Just say
awkward.
bye.
Bye.
There it is.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
I don't do those well.
Never.
When they end horribly, I just
This
can somebody throw me a line.
Lesson
you
learned.
guys know
That was it.
I don't know how to get
Yeah,
out
lesson
of
learned.
That was the line.
That was you had the line.
Can you give me a hand thing like that?
All right. Okay.
Because I always want to say something comforting, and it just gets awkward for all of us.
I don't know why you kept going.
I don't either. And he's looking at us, and I'm like, you literally had the like that.
That was it.
You need closure for the closure calls.
You're a horrible person. See you later. Have a great day.
No, she's not.
All right. I'll do better next time. All right.
No, you won't.
No, I probably won't. I don't know how to end those conversations, man.
Oh, man.
The Bert Show.
Hey, do you like what you just watched? Because you can get more Bert Show for free. We drop new podcast every weekday, and you can find us anywhere. Spotify, Apple, any place you get podcasts.